Oh, that's a weird ass haircut. That's what that is. I put a hat on too. I like this guy.
We'll put a video up of Adam's Snapchat story of what he took of your hair, bro, because
He's looking very Jada Pinkett Smith like right now. I like it, man. He looks like a shelter dog. Put your hat back on, bro. Oh my God, he turned around. He looks like a giraffe. I love it, bro.
Wait, is it recording? Yeah, that shit's recording. So who am I here with? So who am I here with?
Because I can. You're recording? All right, good. Red. Oh my gosh. Huh? Nice. Like something hit me in the foot. Oh.
Are you sick?
She came from Buffalo.
Hey.
You're homesick? Yeah, sure.
It's kind of hot out for a scarf, no?
Yeah.
My mom's making me wear it.
I need you a little 6 feet away from the camera. I need that camera guy, all right? I didn't hear her. What'd you say?
Mine?
That didn't even rhyme.
That not even rhyme.
It's check yourself before you wreck yourself. Wait, hold on.
So you are sick.
You dropped something right there. Made you look. Oh! Got her. She thought she was slick.
Good shit.
There we go.
We like it. Anyways.
That was a good warm-up.
Good warm-up. Anyways, welcome back to a episode of Catching Up with Cousins podcast. We are here to you, recording from Cal State University of Long Beach Powwow. And it's a vibe right now. Currently on break because the Friday boot's been holding me up for a while now. I feel like they've been keeping me captive for like 10 years.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know.
My thing's a little too big. Hold on.
That's what Drake said.
Chill. Pause. All right, we're good now. I'm ready to go.
After a couple of technical difficulties, we finally got this all up and running. But
hold on, before we start, shout out to Wild Horse Cafe.
There you go.
I'm full.
You're full?
You know, I ordered two. It was for one for me, one for my aunt. I ate both of them. So,
damn!
Yeah, I ate like 1 4/5. She had like a couple of bites and I smacked it. But
I get you.
I haven't had an Indian taco in a minute though.
Hey, how would you say it's the first? How would you rate this taco for being the first time in a fat minute? How'd you like it?
The fry bread's so fluffy. That's what I'm saying is I like a good fluffy piece of bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling it. Everything was evenly distributed. Here's the thing is I can tell that the same person didn't make both tacos because mine was fire. The first one I had, bro, evenly just how I'd make it. And then the second one, the ground beef was all lopsided.
Yeah.
My tomatoes were over here. I didn't want to say nothing, but whoever did that, they need help. But you know, it was good. Y'all took care of me, so I love it.
That's good. But again, we're back for another episode of Catching Up with Cousins podcast at Cal State University of Long Beach Powwow. Shout out to them. Shout out to Wild Horse Cafe for letting us be out here and letting me on break finally. And we are here with the one and only Venture O'Neill. Yes, sir. Just clap. There we go. Just clap it up real quick for Venture O'Neill.
Stop, bro. Stop. Chill. I'm nervous, man.
You're nervous?
I'm nervous. No, dude. I appreciate you having me on. This is a really cool setup.
Yeah.
I can tell this fucking camera stuff and everything is hard enough doing it like inside, but it's really dope that you've been able to figure it out on the fly. So it's impressive.
I appreciate you. And for context, for people who do not know who Venture O'Neill is, he was the main person that actually influenced me to start a podcast. I was on 2 of his episodes of Natural Thoughts and Talks podcast, and we kind of just connected from there. My dad and your mom have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Probably for like years.
20, 25 years, something
20,
like
25
that.
years,
Definitely
yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah, my whole life too. Mm-hmm. And then, we connected through there. We both have similar interests and similar, I would say, attributes to our personas. And we kind of just clicked off of there after doing a couple of podcast episodes together. And I will say it's glad to have you on here. I'm glad to have you on here.
I appreciate it, man. Anytime, anywhere, any place. The one thing that I always tell people is, you can talk the talk and walk the walk, but like, are you present, right?
That's true.
That's my main thing is when I fuck with people, do they really show up when you need them? And not even necessarily when you need them, but like when you just want them, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, bro. And I wanted to tell you too, Bro, your dad is a little bit of a first-class hater this morning. He was giving me some energy where I was like, where's Tyler at? In the booth. And I was like, all right, well, I think we're going to record later. And he was like, oh, he's fucking up this and that and that. And I was like, chill, calm down, all right? It's not that necessary.
It's not that deep.
Calm down. That's it.
It's not that deep.
But bro,
Exactly.
I was trying to explain to him as he's stirring the beans or, doing one of the 50 things he's doing.
Yeah.
You're a unicorn. You know what I mean? So there's very few true unicorns out there. I'm obviously one of them because I defined it.
He defines that he's a unicorn.
And this is kind of what it's about, bro, is I think I define a unicorn as somebody who is able to... Ooh, phone call. Hold on.
Phone call.
No, we'll leave that. My bad. Silence. A unicorn is somebody who is able to bring all walks of life together.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just white, not just black, not just native, but somebody that when they walk in the door, you feel their energy. You know what I mean? You're a very people person, and I'm a people person as well. Yeah. But like my talents are in logistics. Like the way that I see patterns, that's why I'm good with people. 'Cause people are just patterns, man. Like you're able to look, boom, oh, they did this, they do that. Oh, they're doing drugs. I don't think that's gonna work out. Things like that, right? So, bro, I just wanted to appreciate you because you are a true unicorn. I know maybe like 3, 4, maybe 5 that are in my circle, and you're definitely one of them.
Man, bro, I appreciate that, bro. Because, I mean, anything I learned from the best. Because, if anything, we always talk, we always keep in contact. And if anything, we always learn off of each other.
Yeah.
Because, obviously you reached out to me asking, about the podcasting, asking about how to do video, how the setup look like. And I actually explained to you about this. So seeing it firsthand, like what the video aspect of a podcast is, what are your first thoughts into that?
Oh, I mean, it's the thing that separates everybody from everything else. You know what I mean? Like your ability to clip things, put it out. It makes everything scalable, which is super cool that you're getting into it so fast because that's the way that it should go, dude. Like one of the things that I'm working on with my show and why it's kind of taken so long to get the cameras up is actually, I wouldn't even say people think it's taken a long time.
Yeah.
I'm laying a foundation for something. With Natural Thoughts and Talks, dude, think about this. The bigger your foundation, what does that mean?
The more opportunity.
Yeah, the bigger your house is going to be,
bigger,
right? So I've been pumping out 160 episodes, right?
That's crazy.
Of just figuring out what the fuck am I doing, man? Like literally yesterday, bro, we had this guy on. Shout out to the Shot Savant. Look him up on Instagram. Shout out. This dude moved over. Like, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but like, check it out. This guy moved over from Afghanistan at 9 years of age, okay? The day before he moved to America, he moved to America 2 days before 9/11. First of all, okay, from Afghanistan. Yeah. And guess what? The second that he went to move over, his sister confessed to him that she's actually his mother, and that they're gonna now move. They're on the run from the Taliban and an abusive ex-husband or husband to seek asylum here in the United States. 2 days after 9/11, they're dropped off in Boise, Idaho, to restart a life.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Wow.
And now this guy's like one of the coolest videographers like in Southern California. Check him out, Shot Savant. And that's just like one of many that we have. And like the podcast is one of those things where you're able to actually sit down with people, long form, right? And just figure out what people are about and have a good time. And that's what we're doing today, right?
Yeah, because that's honestly what the main thing I saw when we first did our first couple of podcast episodes together was that this is a new form of long form content that not only people can enjoy watching, but they can also just enjoy listening and be included in the conversation, possibly having something to relate to in the conversation. Yeah. And just being able to form a community around that. That's what probably made me want to do this even more. Yeah. And just hearing it and hearing how it's going for you, I was like, you know what, I got to get into this because this is obviously something that's awesome,
This is what I want to challenge you to do on editing because I love it whenever there's video shit. Open up your phone, go on Instagram, and look at the 2 videos that I sent you. We're going to break those down. And I want you to edit it, put it up, you know what I mean? And then the listener can see it while we're talking about it. So the first one...
Greatest canine hits of all time. Oh, damn. Okay.
This is what I would be doing if I didn't work, man. If I could do 2 things flat out, watch, when I exit this company and you just like, damn, what happened to Venture? He's training Belgian Malinois, and he's either on the water or with a dog, hopefully both.
Wow.
That's the best. Doesn't that remind you of Kino, though?
Yes, because he attacked me like that.
Yeah. That was a good day.
I got to put that clip up right now, editor, but... Yeah, Kino, oh my gosh. How's Kino?
definitely not coming here. Cause fuck that.
No, he would probably try to take away one of the cameras.
Dude, he's on a recovery day today.
Oh, really?
Yesterday, he had a big day. We woke up in the morning, ran a 5K, right?
Damn, okay.
Did that. He watched me do some pull-ups, some push-ups, get the work in.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of hung around the house a little bit. There's been a lot of traffic by the window, so he's like definitely or somebody was moving into our units. So that's why he was like, who the fuck is this, right? And then he got himself a new girlfriend. So we know this girl. Shout out to Jazz. She's a really cute
Jazz?
black Belgian Malinois that we went and did like a little puppy play date type thing. She's got like a lot of drive, so we were just showing some training that we do, things like that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing though, is whenever we go to the park, that's Kino's time, right? We went the second he sees the pathway, like, oh, we're going to the park, you know what I mean? He just starts flipping out. So he doesn't like sharing his toys and sharing his time, right? So I had to it was basically like a circuit. So I would throw like 20 frisbees for Kino, tie him up to the bench, and then go work with the girl dog, right? And kind of see what she's about. He's flipping out on the bench the whole time, just like,
whoa, this is my thing.
Exactly.
This is my thing.
And you could tell this is what was happening. And every time I train like a younger puppy and he's seeing it, he's like, is this bitch trying to take my spot? Like, you can tell he's like starting QB, and then we're just like, he's like, no.
Whoa, this practice squad guys coming out of nowhere? What's going on?
He's like, no, I'm franchise. Like, what do you mean? I'm franchise.
Come on now.
So, and then afterwards he goes even harder. He's like, no, I got to show you how we do it. So, dude, dogs are the best. What's your favorite dog? Do you have one?
I'm not going to lie, because I've looked at a couple of them, and I like Huskies. Huskies are like my main one, just because like once I'm done with all this stuff, obviously I want to move out somewhere that like is cold. It's a cold environment, not something, because obviously me and you are opposites when it comes to weather.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
You love the beach. You love the sun. Me, I love being in the cold, in the winter, wearing hoodies, boots, all that good stuff.
Do you sleep naked?
Honestly, I haven't done that in a while.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I've not done that in a while.
So what are you, like a boxers guy, briefs guy? What are you wearing?
Boxers, and then I usually wear some sweats and a long sleeve t-shirt, because I'll literally open my window all the way, and I'll have my fan on full blast.
Ah, okay. So you just got the AC going to all of the South Bay.
All the South Bay, you know what I mean?
I like that, man. I'm a natural type of guy.
Natural type of guy?
Yeah, just natural thoughts and talks, sleeping ass naked, getting after it, bro.
I see you.
That's how we do it.
But
Huskies,
yes.
Let's break it down.
But
if you can get a good husky, I'm not talking about one of these city fucking huskies
No,
just off of Craigslist or whatever.
Yeah, no.
But like a good working line, man, that's a good dog. They're pretty. I don't want to say the word stubborn, but like they take patience and you got to do it. But that's a fucking cool dog.
Yeah, because like even today at the food booth, some lady came up, ordered her food with 2 huskies.
Are you sure it was 2, or was it a husky and a German Shepherd?
It looked like 2 huskies.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean one of them had two different colored eyes too,
cool.
and I was just like, damn, like these guys are so beautiful, but then at the same time, we're in this weather. It's hot outside, sun's out, and I'm like, I feel bad for them.
Bro, some of them are in Vegas too, like in the summertime. I'm like, what are you doing? And
you're killing them.
Sometimes they shave it down, and it's just like
you're kind of defeating the purpose of a husky at that point. I feel like if you just shave it down, it's just like, come on, like really, like did you really just get a husky just to shave it down? Like,
have you ever met anybody with 2 different colored eyes?
With anybody, like just naturally?
Yeah, humans. Do you know anybody?
Have you ever seen someone? I don't think so.
I had a classmate, 8th grade, like biology class. She was really pretty too. She had like a blue, I think it was like a brown and a blue, or like a brown and like a hazel. But I actually saw a person in real life with 2 different colored eyes. It's so rare.
That's actually really, I want to, someone look that up, low-key.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but maybe you can like put that in the edit right here or something, whatever. Hazel, Dropus, whatever, when it's 2 different colored eyes.
Yeah, that's got to be hella rare. Like I was thinking about, because like I've seen huskies and dogs with 2 different eyes before. Like, and definitely a cat with 2 different eyes before. Like human, like just an actual person, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty cool.
Forever.
It's cool. Put up the next clip. I sent you one more. The next clip
next one?
right here.
Okay.
This is what I would be doing when I exit for like a cool couple million. Jet skiing.
Oh my god.
That's dope.
Are you the one jet skiing, or are you the one hanging on the back?
100%. I'm not fucking surfing big waves. That's crazy. But I'll go get the guy. That's crazy. You see that?
Wow.
Do you understand how dangerous that is? Those are 100-foot waves coming on top of them. Have you ever seen those documentaries, dude?
Yes, they're huge.
It's literally a building coming across you. Like, that's the type of power. Could you imagine just surfing in an earthquake and having a fucking apartment building crashing behind you? And here's the thing, bro. I was watching this one doc. Dude, I've seen like 7 of them. I'm not obsessed, but like I have to go see the big waves one day because I'm a big beach guy, like you said, dude. It was a father and son duo, and the stakes are so high on that. You can turn that off now. But like, bro, so the son is the surfer, right? And he's a fucking badass. He's been surfing since he was like 2 days old, right? And he still had like a little bit of womb on him, and they like put him on there. The dad is a jet ski rider, probably former big wave surfer as well.
Yeah.
He was so committed that the interviewer of this, I was talking to the dad and was like, so what would happen if you missed your son on the first? They only have one wave, so if you get crushed by a wave, you have to get him in with before the next wave comes, or else he'll get pushed out and lost or sucked under. And some of that water doesn't come up, Tyler, for like minutes and minutes, so you'll just end up like dying. But he goes, the dad's like, well, then I would die too. Like, and that was the coldest shit ever. That was like, well, what would happen if you saw your son get hit off a wave and you couldn't get after him? And he's like, well, I would die too.
I'll probably die.
Yeah.
I'm going with him.
I was like, that's fucking real right
That's
there.
real as fuck, bro.
My dad wouldn't do that for me. I know that.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, I told your ass not to go out there on that big wave.
Whose dad would actually do that for them?
That guy?
That guy.
But what I'm saying is, because obviously I got a big jet skiing background, and those ones are tuned up so cool. And here's the crazy part is like, it's different in a wave, because when you're out on like normal flat like waves, the way a jet ski works is it's there's no propeller. It's called like an impeller or something, where the water gets sucked out the front and then pushed out the back, and that's how a jet ski works, right? The waves, when you're in white water, it's air. It's like bubbles, right?
Yeah.
So you're not getting, it's almost like trying to drive a car without having the car all the way on the thing. So you slow down. So you don't have the full power. Could you fucking imagine, dude, just hauling ass and you're like, fuck, come on, we gotta go. Like, that's nuts.
Movie type shit, bro.
Yeah, but I want to try that one day.
You want to try that? Gonna put Kino on the back of it?
Oh, I'd have Kino surf. Yeah, hell yeah.
Are you teaching him to surf?
No, we're teaching him how to skateboard right now. So, like I said, we're trying by the end of the year. He's degressed. I need to get back on it.
Yeah.
I think Kino can be the world record holder for the fastest skateboarding dog for 100 meters. Easily. Like, he's already at a pace right now. I think the record is like 18 or 19 seconds. Buddy's going like fucking 17 seconds fast. Like,
he's bound to beat it.
I legit have to like run after him. It's not like, oh, this is cute. It's like when he gets on the skateboard, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go. Because he'll run it into a car. Like, he doesn't care. He just goes and goes. But yeah.
Well, since we're here again at Cal State Long Beach Powwow 2024, you've seen many aspects of this powwow. You've been here. I know your mom is a huge, huge icon in the community as you drink your Gatorade. Yeah. But
thirsty, man. It's outside.
How would you say coming to these powwows as growing up as an urban native?
Yeah.
You know, coming to these powwows, what would you say during your time during all that? What would it show you? Like, what did it show you? Like, what did you learn anything? Did you any teachings, like whether it be in the community or just in life in general? Like, what did you take away from it?
I think about this a lot. I think it comes down to tradition. And there's a lot of things where you get to choose. Here's the thing. Sometimes I don't like to use the word tradition because it can be used against you. It's basically just peer pressure from dead people. If you think about it, that's really what tradition is. But when I think about, like, as an alumni now of this school, going back to being like, oh shit, man, I remember when I was a little kid and I always said I kind of wanted to come here. And let's say we're living in Vegas and it's hot as fuck, and I was like, bro, I'm trying to get down to the beach. Like, I want to get to the beach. I want to get down to Cal State Long Beach. Bro, the reason I chose this school was because of its proximity to the fucking beach. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it was all location. I didn't give a fuck what the majors were, whatever it was. I was like, give me whatever, just keep me in SoCal and keep me without going like USC, $1 million worth of debt, something like that, like right?
That.
So it was just one of those great spots to merge it. But the cool part, bro, is honestly, like, I fuck with coming here and just knowing that I'm gonna see all the people that I've been seeing. Craig, Les, Anna, your dad, you know what I mean? 10 other people that just, like, we forget to name. It's this kind of like tradition where you get to see it every single year. You get to grow a little bit, and it's just a great place to be when the weather's good. There's been some years where it's been raining, right?
Yeah.
And that's a little shitty, but like when it's great, it's honestly a good way for me to kick off like the hot season. Usually, because from January, you know what I mean, dude?
It's like that transition when it's that first week of March. It's like that's a whole transition into the next the next season. So,
and that's honestly like when the year starts for me, because I don't know about you, bro, but when it's like after Christmas, after New Year's, I'm like, all right, what's up with this cold ass weather? Like, let's get back to the beach. You feel me?
It's already 12 a.m. January 1st. You're like, all right, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I'm like, when's July 4th coming around? Because that's like when we're peak happiness right there. It's just hanging out, you know, on the beach, 4th of July fireworks, nice like butt floss walking by, all the bikinis, and just having a good time, man, you know?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But since you love going to the beach a lot and you like that hot weather, traveling.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite spot to travel to?
Do you got a passport?
I do not have a passport, unfortunately.
You have to get a passport ASAP.
Got
That's like the main thing that you do, bro. Get a passport. This is why. I don't know if I told you this, but exposure leads to expansion. You've heard me say that before?
I don't think you've heard you. No, I don't think you have.
I'll say it again. Exposure leads to expansion. And this is why, dude. Obviously, I'm with Hannah.
Yes.
Hannah's from as far away as you can humanly go on the globe. It's Gothenburg, Sweden, bro. Like,
Damn.
I have to travel fucking 20 to 22 hours. Like, from when I leave my house to like, okay, we're going to see your parents. You know, some people it's like, oh, it's a 4-hour drive. It's a 3-hour drive, or it's a flight away. Buddy, I don't get to her house until legit like 22 and a half hours after I leave my doorstep. and we're flying at that pace.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So just learning about new cultures and new people and just understanding, it's not even necessarily learning how different you are, bro. It's learning how similar you are.
Yeah.
Because going there and you pull up, it doesn't matter. You could drop me off in the middle of like Botswana, Africa, right? And then I'm gonna be like, oh, y'all like Netflix? You know what I mean? Just stuff like that of like, what do y'all fuck with? Oh yeah, no, I know. Idris Elba? Yeah, I saw that movie. You know what I mean? So it's just all about like connecting and having a good time, dude. And that's what I fuck with. Is like the importance of traveling. Making those connections, finding those people, because as you build your network out, you don't want people that are the same as you, and you don't want people that kind of think like you. You want as many weirdos that are kind of deficient in what you're talented in as possible. You feel me?
Yeah. You hear that, Logan? You're a weirdo.
Yeah.
I gotta surround myself with weirdos, so both of you guys are weirdos.
There you go.
There you go. Shout out to
guys.
Logan and Devin for helping do the camera work. They're just sitting there, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's a weird ass haircut. That's what that is. I put a hat on too. I like this guy.
We'll put a video up of Adam's Snapchat story of what he took of your hair, bro, because you're...
He's looking very Jada Pinkett Smith like right now. I like it, man. He looks like a shelter dog. Put your hat back on, bro. Oh my God, he turned around. He looks like a giraffe. I love it, bro. It's good.
Oh my God, bro.
I couldn't rock that, but it's working for you.
Do you think that could hit anywhere else? Like just... Do you think Hannah could do it?
Hannah, I know Hannah would probably see that guy and be like, "Hey, now, like, what's going on? We need to go the other way." But I like it. It's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement, yeah.
And that's my thing is like, whenever we're talking shit on people, it's all love.
Yeah.
And like whenever, because I do some out there things, like I'll put on some just like purple camo pants sometimes and just walk around and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get some shit for this today, but like it's worth it. Do you ever do that? Like,
yeah, there's some things that I have in my closet that I'm just like. Because I remember when I first, like, the first piece of clothing where my mom was like, yo, you can't wear this outside. It was like Kevin Hart Irresponsible Tour, like, like one of his, like, shows he did in Long Beach. I got one of his merch. I brought it home. My mom's like, you can't wear that. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, and I'm just like, it's just like, it doesn't look like anything bad. Probably she thought it was like something like gang related on it.
Yeah.
But after I wore it like once, I was just like, eh.
Bro, speaking of gang related, I was walking down the aisle and looking at like the vendors here. I'm just walking, minding my own business, and then all of a sudden I see crip.org, cripjustice.org, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like the gangs, they got what is this, a website, a handle? Like, can you donate?
I'll go help
What's
me,
going
like...
on? No, man, it's a disability service. The crip doesn't sound for it's crippled. You know what I mean? Like, so it was one of those things that threw me off. I was like, oh, whoa, like. So yeah, they got like a kid in a wheelchair on their little logo, and yeah, that's how it went.
Oh my God.
But hey, check them out and donate to them, all right?
There you go. Yeah, shout out to them though.
But I thought that was funny. What else do you want to talk about, man?
I mean, like, because I feel like we've talked so much in your podcast, even like the soon-to-be first video podcast that we did over Zoom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about that, huh?
You know what's crazy, bro? Is I'm at the level now where like People will be like, oh, do you remember this thing that happened 7 episodes ago? And I'm like, I don't even remember who was on 2 episodes ago, just because
I don't
like,
even remember what I had on last time.
Yeah.
Like last episode.
It becomes this weird thing to like watch. Once you get around episode like 10, 15, 20, it all just becomes this thing that you do. You get so comfortable on the mic, and it's just such a free-flowing thing that like you're not calculating what you're saying. So I'll say some wild shit sometimes, and then they'll be like, damn, you called that fat girl this? And I was like, oh yeah, I did. Like, how'd that go over? Did you like that? And they're like, no, don't say that. And I'm like, yeah, don't tell me what to do. And I'll just keep going. But yeah, you just like forget about stuff, you know?
Then, again, speaking on your podcast, what would you say has been the major takeaway when you first started this podcast? So, because, again, we've talked about natural thoughts and talks so many times already in, like, the past, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But I want you to kind of, like, let this be your time to kind of explain what Natural Thoughts and Talks was, what was the inspiration behind it, and what did you actually learn from being, how many episodes are you in now? Like about
probably 160.
Yeah, about 160 episodes in.
Yeah.
Like what's been the main takeaway? What was your inspiration, and how is it paying off?
Yeah, man, I try to tell people, and this is a cool like conversation that I honestly have every day when I'm trying to get people on the show. I wasn't even trying to create like a show, dude. I thought that it would be a really cool idea to document sort of the transitionary process between like young, dumb, broke college kid and proper adult. You see what I'm saying?
So you're kind of like talking to your past self, and then talking to your future, like it's your future self talking to your past self.
Well, here's the thing, and there's some stuff that we can get into, but like I was and still am to this day, textbook ADHD person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to where
yeah.
like getting me, like my parents had to beat me just to keep me in the seat for 8 hours a day. I'm just not designed to sit in class, have fucking one lady sit up there, talk shit for like 30, 45 minutes. She's not even passionate about what she's doing, right? Don't get me off onto a college tangent. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, we got a long time, so.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But just the whole idea of like, I want to learn from people who are actually active in their field. Do you see what I'm saying? People who are in the process of building. Don't give me some old guy who's like, yeah, I wrote a book 30 years ago. I'm going to teach you English. I want to learn from the author of whatever book is. Yeah. And that's what a podcast is, dude. Like, I've been able to get in like contact and just have conversations with so many people that I necessarily wouldn't have access to without the show. Like I said, bro, the shot savant from yesterday, plastic surgeon, shout out to Dr. Brandon Dunn. Dude, we've had so many people. We've had Craig on the show, and it's just like getting the idea of honestly figuring out how to build the show that a kid like me needed, who necessarily isn't built to go to like a traditional school. Some people are great. Some people love college. They love this. Every day of school I fucking hated, bro. If it wasn't for pretty girls in sports, I never would have made it through. Like,
still your 1-2 motto. That's still your motto.
Well, that's it right there, dude. And every single day I showed up, I was like, this makes no sense to me. I don't understand this. Like, what do we got going on? So, bro, just like starting that show, Natural Thoughts and Talks, has given me the talent. And as you develop this, as you're like your host, not a co-host, but your hosting journey goes, it's a weird thing to have to be present in the moment, but also queue up what your next sort of questions or ideas are about this. It's a talent that nobody even really thinks about until they actually are in the hot seat, because you see it with new podcasts, or even when you're editing like your own show, you'll be oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. And then here's the thing is like, I'm about to finish what I'm about to say, and you're like, oh no, I only have like 10 seconds. What the fuck was I gonna say? And you're like scrambling for what's gonna happen. And it just becomes this thing to where once you get smooth and like in your process, shit just starts coming out, you know what I mean? And magic starts getting made. And it's one of those things where it's like, I build Natural Thoughts and Talks selfishly for the little kid that I was, that necessarily didn't have access to like the idea of a podcast. I found podcasts kind of late, bro. Like I was well into my teens. Imagine now kids are on TikTok seeing clips like all the time, and it's fucking dope, right? And you're just able to get that knowledge and just actually spread like positivity, people's mindset, things like that, dude. And I know we went deep as fuck right there, but like
it's not that deep.
That's what I like to do with the show is like I don't force medicine down anybody's throat. When it happens, it happens. All I can do, like I try to tell people, bro, you can't control the weather, right? But if there's wind coming in, you can at least open the door, open the window, and allow that breeze to come through and cool off that fucking heat wave in your house, you know?
Yeah,
man.
I like that. What would you say has been the most favorite? What's been your favorite episode that you can think of? I know you said like, you know, you can't even think of like the person you had on like 10 episodes ago, you know? But what would you say has been like your most like favorite episode of Natural Thoughts and Talks that you could at least think to date? Maybe it could be recently.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. You know how some people hear that question, they're like, oh no, I don't want to alienate anybody.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'll go right now. It changes every day, but right now it's Jesse. His name is either Jay Shoots or Jesse Shoots on Instagram. Dude, he's a photographer, videographer. I had him on maybe like a month or two ago, and his story was so dope, and the energy that he brings with everything he does. He's done like Toyota campaigns and like commercials and stuff like that, and just shoots awesome angles of like Los Angeles to document people's stories and stuff. And just the ability to where he had to go out on a limb and be an artist, be a professional photographer, figure out how to like actually survive, thrive, and build his family. And dude ended up being like $50K in debt, you know what I mean? If not more, had to work himself out of a hole. And now he sells his shots for like thousands of dollars each, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things of like the process of actually developing and like knowing what you're worth, right? Oftentimes, dude, I try to even tell you this, and this is something you're working on, of like, you got to know your worth. You got to know where you're most valuable, right? Because think about this. How valuable is a Ferrari going to be if we're doing an off-road race?
Nothing.
Not
bro.
at all,
That's just
right?
going to get scratched up immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Is it even going to make it through the mud, right? So it's like you got to find where you're at and how to position yourself to be the most valuable version and just optimize everything you're doing. You're on the path, bro, but like we were talking about off mic, bro, you're just like, you can't let other people's opinions of you or situations dictate what you're trying to do. And if it is about money, I know. So fucking go find a way to make some money. You see what I'm saying? I did it. Everybody else here does it. You know what I mean? It's there's a point that everybody hits where like your sack just has to loosen up and your balls got to drop, and then you get things taken care of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
I don't even know what they're talking about. They're just looking at each other.
Yeah.
Are you talking about his haircut?
What is that? I don't even know what that is. Are you guys all from Redondo?
Yeah, we're all
This
from
whole crew's
Redondo.
from Redondo?
All from Redondo.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, it's cool. Redondo's all right. Like,
It's all right. It's all right.
yeah.
Well, technically, Lawndale, you're close enough. Yeah, you're close enough. You're close enough. But trying to think of what else to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you want to just do what's on my mind right now?
You want to do what's on your mind? You can do whatever. What do you have? What did you bring to the table today of catching up with cousins?
Catching up with cousins. Honestly, what you been watching on TV lately?
TV?
Yeah, or like YouTube or anything like that?
Not even gonna lie.
What do you consume most?
What do I consume most?
Yeah.
A lot of sci-fi stuff. A lot of sci-fi and action
Like
stuff.
anime or like, what do you mean sci-fi?
Like, Star Wars. Like, if anything, I rewatch a lot of the Star Wars stuff, and then I've been rewatching a lot of the Transformers, and then I love
Transformers,
bro.
Here's the thing too, is like, I don't know, you might have been, because we're pretty close in age, but like you were too young. When Transformers 1 came out in 2007, I was in the first grade, bro. So I don't think you understand. There's two things. Guess what happened in 2007 also? Iron Man came out. So the first one. So my childhood was perfect for movies because I was able to watch the entire ride of Transformers 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have to see the beginning of two cinematic series that are going to be going down as probably the greatest.
Definitely.
Just rise.
Definitely. And the thing is like, even with Marvel, bro, that ride from Iron Man and then staying after the credits and then being like, oh shit, what is that? And then they give you like the little 30-second trailer to the next one, bro. Those were me and my dad's like favorite movies. We go to the theater and just like wait until after. And then you have like half the theater leaving, right?
Yeah,
and
you're like, what are these fake fans doing? Like,
you're like, don't you know you have to wait until the black screen with like the other guys? Sometimes you wait until after that screen too and you get another one, bro. But all the way from Iron Man 1 to when they killed Thanos, that was it. Like after Endgame and that shit happened, I was like, oh yeah, I can retire from Marvel. They make like 2 movies a year. I don't watch them anymore.
Yeah.
But like, bro, my favorite villains of all time, let's think about that. Fucking Thanos. And who is the guy from Kung Fu Panda 1 that broke out of the prison with a fucking feather? You know what I mean?
From Kung Fu Panda 1, the villain.
You remember that panther though from Kung Fu Panda 1? Well, was it like Shang-Chi or like Peng Wei? That's hella racist.
We're gonna
yeah, come up with that. Figure that out.
They're gonna look it up real quick.
I think his name's like Shang Wei or something. But dude, that guy's a thug.
He's
yeah.
I've always seen like those edits on like even TikTok, people comparing like different like movie studios villains that they come up with. DreamWorks has been killing it recently. Tai Lung.
What is it?
Tai Lung.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he was lit. He was fucking shit up, dude. Like, I aspire to have that level of, you know what, dude? He had some hate too. He hated things so bad that you got to respect it. I was like, yeah,
he was teaching you some life lessons in his process.
Hey,
you know?
he just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards for him to become the Dragon Warrior, bro. Like, he just wasn't built like that.
He
you
just
know?
wasn't. Yeah, he just wasn't like
And
that.
some fat panda comes like, bro. You know how upset I'd be if I was training for 20 years, just whooping ass,
and all of a sudden, just
then
like some random guy that doesn't even match your physique.
They're like, you know what? Who's that guy eating fucking In-N-Out over there in the corner? Yeah, him. And I'm like, what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I'd have broke out of jail. Do you have some other villains that you can think of?
Me, it's Joker. Heath Ledger.
Dude, Heath Ledger's version of the Joker, bro, unmatched. Like, I don't think you understand.
Even like recently, like they've been releasing more photos of like, because there's still like, there's still more to learn on what happened on that set. Seeing how he kind of trapped himself in isolation, how he diaried himself, kind of put himself in that character's shoes, and executed it perfectly on screen. Like, did you even know, like, on The Dark Knight, that scene where I think he crashed Harvey Dent's party.
Yeah,
he was talking to Rachel. Like, her being that scared and her being that uncomfortable, that was not supposed to happen.
I think he slapped her. Didn't he slap her or something
I think
like that?
He did, yeah.
Dude, I saw that clip where he, like, legit pimp slapped her and she was like, oh, no. I love that.
Like, just seeing how into the character he was for that.
Yeah.
It opened my eyes so much. So I was like, this is possible?
Yeah.
Like, because putting acting aside, he went far and beyond to sacrifice his mental state, his physical state, even seeing like the type of character he was in that film. It just broke everything. Like, it was just like a bar setter for me,
bro. And the other one too on that is, like, I heard he sat through like 3 or 4 hours of makeup even on the days where he wasn't even getting casted, just so that those like scenes that they were doing without him in it could have the reactions. That's commitment, dude. Like, he's, that's the thing with genius, bro, is sometimes those unicorns that we were talking about in the beginning, bro, some of the best ones are the most unstable. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Because they're just like, when you're in that creative space, artistic space, sometimes the most talented people of all time, dude, fall susceptible to what? Drug use. You see all these rock and roll guys, all these just amazing art, fucking Michael Jackson, just like all these people, what ends up happening, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is the one way that you can help battle that?
I want to battle it, because obviously,
I have an answer too,
you have an answer?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Because obviously addiction is hard to battle, whether it be, drug addiction, drinking, or whether it just be like, whether you think like, you're just depressed all the time. You know? It's hard to really battle that. All of us have shared that similar type of battle, whether it be with addiction or, but we all, because like you said, no matter where you go, you always have something in common. Like, again, you go to Africa, you'd be like, yo, y'all fuck with Netflix? Like, something like that. You always, whether it be through your good times, your bad times, you always have something to relate to. Yeah. And to be able to share with. But to battle it, I'd say, like, finding something that you enjoy, that you're passionate about, even if it's something negative, find some way to really put that as your persona. Like, make it like your life. For me, this stuff, making content, being on a podcast, doing interviews, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, this is why I love, because I figured out that I was a storyteller most of the time. I love telling stories and love capturing that moment and being able to show it to a huge audience. That's what I kind of loved, and it really helped me, one, be more social, and then also, if anything, just talk about myself more, and let that, I would say, emotion out in that way. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Dude, 2 things relating to, like, the addiction is... You got to put the right circle around you. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You actually got to have people who support you, who you can lean on in those times. Because here's the thing with you talking about addiction, and addiction runs rampant through Native communities, right? Yeah. It's a positive and a negative. So if you look at certain things, bro, there's a lot of things that honestly are like genetically made up to sort of put somebody in like an addictive space. And I've just known that throughout my life. It's just been so good that I've had such good mentors and people in my circle to be able to help me guide that into positivity. Because I have the same thing, dude, as far as like, if I'm going to go to a party and we're going to drink, no, Venture's going to drink the most. Like, it's just this thing. So it's like, so how do you solve that? You put people around, you have Hannah in the space to go, hey, just keep an eye on this. You don't need to like watch me like a baby or a kid or anything like that, but just, I just want you to know, I see myself waking up in a gutter. It 100% is not out of my.
I know where I'm gonna end up after this.
That's what I see myself waking up outside of the country. Like it's not. Do you see what I'm saying?
What hangover movie is this part?
Exactly, right? To where that's not something that just like would be crazy in my head, because it's just that addictive thing that it's honestly just makes a bigger gas tank.
Yeah.
Just more horsepower, and it goes and goes. Like that's why the podcast, right?
Yeah.
I've never missed a week. Damn near, bro. I'm putting out episodes every day. How many episodes do you think I put out?
A month?
How many episodes do you think I put out in the past 7 days?
7 days? If I really want to count, I feel like you put out like at least 6.
Yeah,
6.
7 or 8. How many hours worth of content you think I put out?
That's got to be at least 48
hours.
A lot of hours of content. I mean, like thinking that you do at least an hour and a half per episode.
Yeah, it's about 10 hours.
About 10, yeah.
Yep, and then I still got like 3 episodes on deck. That's hard work. That's what I'm trying to say, is it's uncommon to do things like that, to where there's always things where people will be like, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, yeah, I agree with you. And you're going to do it fucking today.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it the day after that. And the day after that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like just having that addictive personality, dude, when you can guide it and like funnel it into positivity, sky's the limit, bro.
That's what I love about it. But speaking on like that grind of having to do that next thing the next day, finding the motivation, you could say, to do that the next day. Because if anything, there's also like one clip that Dwayne The Rock Johnson did. He's like, you could look at it 2 ways: one day or day one.
Oh yeah,
like
I love that
stuff like that. What would you say? How has it affected you in your vision of how to live and how to keep waking up in the morning and keep moving forward? For
me, and I think a lot of people, but I am the most talented person I know at reverse engineering. Don't ask me to build a train, but I'm somebody who sees a goal, and let's say if goal is step 10, I can figure out what 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are almost as good as anybody. Like I'll put that, if that's the role that needs to happen, let's say there's a fucking asteroid coming and they're like, we need a mind that's gonna do this. I'm low key like, you might want to call venture. Like I'll just throw my name in the hat. You know, I know Bill Gates is there and this is that. I was like, low key, just put my name in the hat. All right. Like I think I can hang. But if you ask me to like build a rocket, that's just not happening. But dude, the whole point of what you're saying is going on reverse engineering, I see a goal and I see it so clearly. And if your goal isn't big enough to motivate you to get off your ass, I don't know what to tell you. So like, for example, why do I go to work? Why do I, work in finance or do all these other things, build the podcast? I see what I want my family to look like. I look at those little tiny tots, all those cute little girls. I know you were back there fucking slaving away and making fry bread, but it was one of the most beautiful things that you could see all day is those little girls, the next generation, just kind of bouncing around and getting their candy and having a good time, right, bro? That's it right there. It's just the ability to build, because obviously your community, my community, our community, we don't have the tightest familial ties, unfortunately. There's just a lot of drug abuse, just abuse everywhere. What I really want to do is make sure that my family is taken care of, whether it's financially, emotionally, all things like that. So, for example, I'm able to see my family. Now, I don't have this like rigorous, like it has to be this way, but I have the idea of like, I would love a daughter one day. Now, do I want to be the dad that has to go to work 20 days, 25 hours out of a 24-hour day? Or do I want to be the dad that can actually take her to like soccer practice, coach her t-ball team, do things like that, right? And then be able to travel, be able to take her to Thailand, be able to take her to fucking Botswana or whatever, you know what I mean? And guess what? Plane tickets aren't cheap. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing to be like, oh, let's say I'm going to be a teacher. No shade to all the teachers, but a teacher isn't going to be able to pay $1,000 for a ticket to Thailand times 4. You know what I mean? How are we doing on time?
We're doing pretty good. We're just looking at the battery because it's at 40%. Yeah, nice. That's nice. That's nice.
I love a well-oiled machine, but just seeing how you want things and being motivated, and then when you're not motivated to work out, let's say, or go to work or build that business or ask that person for help, I just think about, well, what do I want to do? Like, I don't want to podcast today, let's say. Fuck, I'm tired. But I go, oh, but how nice would it be to have 1 million subscribers and have this show be able to travel and just go meet leaders and people in different industries and everywhere. That's the type of show that I would love to build one day. So therefore, in order to get there, you have to be here and get good and get on to the next steps, right? So That's just a little bit about it. The Rock, though, I got 2 more things on The Rock, bro.
Yeah.
What I've been working on personally isn't work ethic related. I have work ethic. Like, that's not something that I almost have too much work ethic. You know what I mean? I'm the type of guy that'll run myself into.
Not sorry to interrupt you, but like just seeing how your work ethic is, especially when we talk like off camera, your calendar, how you have it all laid out. Dude, I have my calendar like that right now.
Yeah.
I have my calendar like that right now.
That's what's up, bro.
So like every food booth gig, I have it as green because that's revenue.
Yeah.
Revenue coming in. Yellow, it's as important, but non-revenue, and then like I have red ones too. So
and what is red? Personal activities, right?
It's personal activities, but then I have to change my bills of the month. I gotta change that.
Yeah.
Like Xbox Live, I gotta change that to a different color.
Yeah.
But that's what, like hearing that from you, and then seeing how it's applied to my everyday life, it changed everything. Just saying.
And then here's what's going to happen is you're going to get really good at that, and then you're going to move in with your partner one day, and you're going to have kids, right? I'm not at the kids part, but I'm in the moving in with Hannah, right? And we live together. You're going to have to get your partner organized as well to be able to put her things into the calendar, right? And then you have a joint calendar, and now guess what? There's no argument over like, you said we were going to have a date night, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's scheduled for Saturday, 4 o'clock.
There you
That's when
go.
we're going to do it.
On our calendar.
Yeah. And that's what it's going to go. Oh, okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that fixes everything there.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh my gosh, when are we cleaning the house? Well, see, I have cleaning right here at 12 o'clock. It's going to be clean every day. I clean. You know what I mean? So it's just staying organized, bro, is a big reason. Like when people say they're busy, right? The average person, I guarantee the average person isn't going at the pace that you and I are going at. They're not working as hard as we're working. When I hear the average person say like, oh, I'm busy, I go, no. You're either lazy or unorganized. Which one is it? Do you see what I'm saying? So if it's a laziness thing, we can talk about that. But if it's a lack of organization, you have time. We have the same 24 hours in a day. You're telling me you can't come to my house and record a podcast for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
How do you not have time for that? Explain to me. Are you like, do you have some heart surgery to perform that I don't know about? Like, what's going on?
Because you're
what
breaking
I mean?
my heart right now.
So, dude, work ethic has not been an issue that I've had lately. The issue that I've had is sort of empathy related, kindness related, caring related. The Rock, bro, I saw a clip too. He's all over the internet. That guy is everywhere, right?
He's going back into WWE apparently.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, oh, okay, this is out of nowhere, but okay, nice.
Here's what he said last week that I saw on the clip was, it's nice to be important, but it's ultimately more important to be nice. You see what I'm saying? It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And that was the thing where I was like, oh, that's it right there. I don't care who thinks I'm important or rich or powerful or anything like that. At the end of the day, do they think that they can call me for help when needed? If yes, I've done my job. You know what I mean? I've been a great guy. Shout out to The Rock too. Do you know he has like a whole deodorant, shampoo, body wash line coming out?
He has a
tomorrow, bro. Yeah.
Shampoo?
I'll keep you updated.
That guy has hair?
No. Time out. My bad. I think it's body wash. Oh, it's skincare. That's what it is. My bad.
We're talking about The Rock.
Yeah. Dude, and it's like this whole line that's coming out. Because here's the thing. It's like, what kind of deodorant do you use?
Deodorant?
Yeah.
Old Spice.
Okay, I was about to say, this guy doesn't wear deodorant. What do you use?
Native.
You use
Native?
Oh, you use Native? Native's like, bro, it's like $20 a stick. Native's out of my budget. What do you use? What kind of deodorant? I don't even know. This guy doesn't use deodorant. Fucking stinky guy over here.
Just say Dove.
Whatever.
Costco?
Oh, Kirkland? All right, bro. Whatever's at Costco.
Probably. Whatever's
Shout
at
out to Costco, but he said he's finally putting out a brand that's like, he said all the products are going to be under $10. So the deodorant might be like, $6, $7, something like that. But I fuck with it because Old Spice is cool. I like Old Spice, but like, I'm getting tired of it. Yeah, okay, there you go. Those chemicals. This guy, and this is the guy who's walking around with bleached hair. He's like, the chemicals, calm down, all right? He's like, his brain is getting eaten away day by day. But yeah, I like that. The chemicals. Dude. Hey, there you go. Oh, that's funny. But dude, like, I'm going to check that out. It drops tomorrow at like Target, they said. I'll keep you updated and see what's going on.
You gotta keep me updated on that, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
But since we're probably gonna be wrapping it up in a little bit, since we're about like almost 30% battery,
and that shade is coming down.
Shade is coming down. Yeah, it's changing. But since we're here at Long Beach Powwow, Cal State University Long Beach Powwow. Your mother has been a huge, as I said before, a huge icon in the community. If you were to dance, and And have you ever thought of it? Have you ever thought about
Dance when I was a
practicing?
kid a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Dance when I was a kid a lot. We took a kind of hiatus, just family-wise, moving around, and I think like I know my grandpa died, and that had a pretty big impact on my mom. So we tended to just kind of not really be as active in the community as we were, like as a unit, and that was kind of the area where obviously, like, you know, some kids stay through it, and then some
Yeah.
kids kind of just don't.
Yeah.
I fell off, but yeah, I'm down.
You're down?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What would you say? Which category would you
Bro,
dance?
I'd be getting off as a chicken dancer.
Woo!
Dude, I'd be nasty. Like, I'd be nasty if I were to get out there. But the thing is like, you know what? Maybe next year.
Maybe next
I don't
year?
even want to say maybe next year.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, because like, you
Next
don't know
year
what
would
could
work.
happen, but like,
Yeah, next year would work. I'd be down for it. It's not that I'm scared. It's just that, like, I don't know. Something hasn't really called me to get out there.
Yeah.
And I think I really do like the idea of you and I maybe even moving into the space of supporting the dancers. Do you
Supporting the
see what I'm
dancers.
saying?
Yeah.
So actually maybe building this show out, or like I said, there's this old ass motherfucker behind us that's the MC, that's been the MC for like 15 years. Hey, all love to him.
all love though.
All love.
Yeah.
I think it might be time for us to take that torch. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's one of
Bro.
those things where I'm hearing stories from fucking World War II, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, get over that. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
It's in the history books. It does not need to be talked
they're
about.
They're like, oh, he's gonna take her to the drive-in. You're like, a drive-in? What are you talking about, old timer? You know? So
Oh,
it'd
gosh.
just be cool to just like let those guys who've been working hard so long just be like, hey, go pull up a chair and actually just hang out a little bit. Like, we got this taken care of. Let me get the schedule and we'll start running this thing. You see what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? So just things like that. I would love to see this show grow, and this platform and your concept here is perfect. I see it getting scaled bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's only gonna get as big as you want it to go and
Yeah.
as you believe it can go. So just keep pushing, keep pounding, keep hammering it out, bro, and it'll get there. Like I said, man, as far as motivation though, you have to fucking see it.
Yeah.
You have to believe that you go, no, I can be the face of a culture. I can actually be the representation of that culture. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what really moves culture is art. It's podcasting. It's
Yeah.
the entertainment that you put out. 1,000 years from now, bro, they're not going to dig our bodies up and go, oh my God, that guy Venture, bro. Did you see him? His finance company, bro. He was nasty with the numbers. Like, he was amazing. They're never gonna hear anything about that.
Yeah.
But they're gonna look at the songs that we use, the food that we were eating, the dances, the customs, things like that, and the love that we were able to leave behind. And that's ultimately what's important, right?
Yeah.
You feel me, bro? So, you know, we can end on that if you want. but
Honestly, that was good. That was amazing. I would like to thank you again one more time, Venture.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you so much for coming on here, and thank you for influencing me, I could say,
Yeah.
and motivating me to start this form of long form content, and helping me, develop this brand that I'm building, man. I
bro.
appreciate you.
Hit me up anytime, man.
I appreciate you. Anyways, we're going to be getting out of here, guys. Battery's going to die in a little bit, but we do thank you guys for tuning into this podcast, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yep. Catch you later. Bye.